Continuing. Now, this is the speech or parts of the speech. Now, I'm going to test your numerology skills by asking you to think about the magic seven. Okay, most of you will know that seven is quite a number in all sorts of themes, religions, and I'm sure that you can compress numbers as well. So, if we think about 2014, all right, I'm just giving you 2014. You dropped the 014 to carry on. So 2014 will be a milestone, hopefully a magic year in many respects. It will make the 100th anniversary of First World War back in 1914. It will note the 70th anniversary drop the 07 of the Bretton Woods Conference that actually gave birth to the IMF. And it will be the 25th anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall. 25th, okay? It will also mark the seventh anniversary of the financial market jitters that quickly turned into the greatest global economic calamity since the Great Depression. And that just shows you something. Like I forgot what this term is called, but it's a part. It's like germent. I can't. It starts with a G, geometry or something like that. But it's like numerology is the study of numbers, but the gematria is like the study of numbers. And I'm gonna look it up. Bear with me 1 second. So like it says numerology. Numerology is the branch of knowledge that deals with the occult significance of numbers. Now I'm gonna look up the definition of gematria because they both deal with numbers, but one is like I think you putting um, like a significance to numbers or something. Like yeah, it's like anagrams and whatnot. Bear with me. Slovakia. It says gematria. Gematria. It says gematria. It's Hebrew. Is a system of assigning numeric value to a word or phrase in the belief that words or phrases will with identical numerical values bear some relation to each other or bear some relation to the number itself as it may apply to a person's age, the calendar year, or the like. The word geometry is generally held derived from Greek geometria, geometry, which was used a translation of gematria through some scholars believe it to, though some scholars believe it to derive from Greek. So, although the best known example of geometry is a Hebrew word Chi, life, which is composed of two letters which add up to 18. This has made 18 a lucky number among Jews, and gifts and multiples of 18 are very common among Jews. Now, I don't know about all this, and they talking about the Kabbalah, and that's what those Khazarians, those fake Jews, that's what they into. You know what I mean? So my point being, I bring it up because of the fact that, like I said, you have numerology and then you have that. But the thing is, this just broke down to me how I know, how the elders, and I've heard different brothers go into it says in scripture that a false balance is an abomination. You know, because of the fact that the Most High deals with both sides, both spectrums, and there's enough scriptures that prove that to you. You know what I mean? Isaiah 45:7. Just to think of one off the top of my head, at the end of the day, just like in scripture, like I'm pretty sure anybody that's listening and learning have been listening for a while. You've heard brothers say how seven is completion. Numerology is in the Bible. So, but you know what I mean. But you also have elite and the wicked of this world that do things on the left hand side. Put it like this: anything can be used for good or bad. You know what I mean? The Most High has put plants here. Like I said, what was that in the book of Sirach? I think it's 38 and something, 38 too. The Most High has put medicines on the earth. I think it's 38. I know it's in the book of Ecclesiasticus, but the point being, it says how the Most High has put plants here for medicines, but then at the same time, a person could take a medicine or a plant and use it for drugs. You know what I mean? Like marijuana. You know, marijuana is a herb. You know what I mean? It can be used for. It has a lot of good properties. You know what I mean? To the point where you had Esau so fucking money hungry. You could make the hemp out of marijuana and all that different stuff. You can make all them threads and materials. Clothing. You know what I mean? But they took basically that was one of the main reasons why they made it illegal for so long. But you're not supposed to smoke anything either. You know what I mean? You know that's the spirit because the brother, the head elder of the head of DTA basically was speaking on that. Uh, so I mean to digress, but my point being is like I said with you know it's a balance to all things. So just like you could use something for wickedness, you could use something for righteousness as well. Uh, Continue. In this talk, Lagarde communicated her belief, and by implication, the financial elite's belief in the occult, magic, and numerology. Many members of the highest level international banking families who control the global economic system are members of secretive organizations that make decisions and plans based on numerology. In shorthand, this is what Lagarde was communicating. The financial elite met at Bretton Woods to rebuild their international monetary system after World War II, and that occurred 70 years before she made this speech. It was also the 25th anniversary of the fall of the Berlin Wall. If you add 2 plus 5, it equals 7. Also, 2014 marked the 7th anniversary of the real estate market crash and global economy calamity, which is, now, it may be some truth to that because at the end of the day, that's why you have these major events. There's always some freaky shit going on, like at these Super Bowls and whatnot. They do certain things that then clock down 3-3-3. Like I forgot what happened at one within like the last couple of years. Something major happened, or like how Jay-Z and Beyonce was at that one Super Bowl and the power went out. You know what I mean? And then that year they was trying to make it seem like that they was like as a entertainment couple or as a entertainers and as you know because they were married, so like a power couple. They said that they were like one of the richest power couples at that time. So I mean, it's symbolizing that they were taking the power. Because the power was supposed to went off while she was singing. So my point being, they do all kind of little significant little things. A lot of these little events, these major events are rituals, and people don't want to believe that, but it's the truth. You know what I mean? Because you got to remember, you know, they indoctrinate you in something. You know what I mean? This is part of their system. You know what I mean? That's why I mean I still I mean it says in scripture what's that book of Numbers I believe where it says no enchantment shall work on Jacob. A lot of the stuff can't work on you. You know what I mean? As far as if you're a believer and you following Yahweh by Yishem Yahweh Shah, but the Most High can allow things to happen to you still. You know what I mean? Because certain things are for your test. Because at the end of the day, it's all for the benefit of the Most High. You know what I mean? He'll, be like I said, you may have never had nothing. For example, you may have been in this truth. Like some brothers catch holy hell, and some brothers don't catch as much hell. You know what I mean? So at that day, some brothers will probably get cocky or don't think they could be touched or whatnot. And you know what I mean? But at the same time, in that day, you know, the Most High can have something specifically reserved for that brother in order to push this truth. Continuing, these three figures line up horizontally. If you drop the 0 to 777, important occult number used by British occultist Aleister Crowley, author of 777, and other Kabbalistic Quab- Quabbalistic writings of Lester Crowley, along with many occult groups. In her talk, Lagarde deliberately didn't use the number 666, the number of the beast, because it would have been too obvious. But experts believe 777 is a colloquial reference to the elite's plan for the coming cashless society. Why? In occult circles, 7 is the number of perfection, a protection, Salakia, a solution to a problem. 3 years after Lagarde's occult numerological speech, Trump was inaugurated president of the United States. On his first day as president, Trump was 70 years, 7 months, and 7 days old. This adds up to 777, the number of perfection in numerology. And it happened during year 5,777 in the Hebrew calendar. So was Lagarde's speech a coded message to the Illuminati and other secret societies to get ready for the Trump presidency and the plan for a staged economic collapse that will push the global financial reset button. And like I said, not to digress, but like uh, what I was speaking on before I went into the book and the chapter. Like I said, this book brings out a lot of information. This is just the first couple pages in this chapter. So it's speaking on stuff that you would, this is not in all books out right now. But at the same time, for them to, like I say, he made statements about Billy Graham and then, you know, certain shit with Trump as if like Trump's a God fearing man. But, he went into this whole little background of how Trump's supposed to be given his first Bible at such and such day. But I recall before Trump was elected, when he was running, he said that the Bible was the second favorite book he read. It was his second favorite book. For a God fearing man, why would a God fearing man make a statement like that? You God fearing. Your favorite book will be the Bible. So like I said, you gotta remember a lot of these people use that Bible to, it's kind of like how for Book of Eli, you know, you had Denzel that actually, you know, followed, he kept the Bible because he was keeping the law, statute, commandments. He was, it's his book. But Esau, he wanted the Bible to control. You know what I mean? Kind of how like Esau took the Bible to use to control against our people. And that it's deep. It's this book called Eyes Wide Open, and it's all about like different movies, and it breaks down like the plot, the significance of the occult significance, or the meaning behind certain movies. And when you come into the truth, you do get new eyes to these movies. Because I remember when I first seen the Book of Eli, I thought it was the dumbest movie in the world. You know what I mean? I was like, this fuck this movie up. It's stupid. And then it was a little bit before I came into the truth when that movie came out. And then, I watched it a couple times since I've been in the truth. And it's brand new eyes. You know what I mean? Like, wow, damn, this is a great fucking movie. You know what I mean? Like, this one, the most eyes cold. You know what I mean? Like, for real. But like I said, not to digress. Continue. Without question, many of the international financial moguls who control the global economic system are members of secret societies and communicate much of what they do through numerology and esoteric symbols. It's like esoteric symbolism. Look at the cover of the January 2017 issue of The Economist, which is Salakia, which is partially owned by the Rothschild family. It's wow. So that shows how they could get away with actually. But when you go into history, like I had a book, I think it's The New World Order by Ralph Emerson. That's like Epperson. It's like one of the first books that go into it. You can actually get it on PDF. Uh, this phone that I'm using now is not on, so I can't just really go and look it up. What I tend to do is I make my videos and then I upload them from the library, or I use a hotspot. So I would look up the book, but I can't get the internet right now. So try to look it up though. It has it's just one simple title, New World Order. It's an older book. It's like in white, and it has a pyramid. I believe it has a picture of a pyramid and an eye. But it goes into how the Rothschilds like that statement when I don't know if you've ever heard the statement about how a few own many things. Like you got all these major networks and newspapers, but they're all owned by the Rothschilds. That's why they can control the media. That's why they say that they own the media. You know what I mean? So my point being, that's how they can get away with because if you ever seen the cover of that magazine, you see it's a phoenix on there, and the phoenix is burning up with the money, and and then it's not coincidence that 2019, and then they pushing, you know, this chip war. So that's what I say. Like for people that can't see that Apostle Tahar is a spiritual man, like I haven't been following the groups of the cap that long. Like when I came into the truth, to be honest, I didn't even know about the elders. I originally came across. I ain't gonna. Well, why not? I came across brothers in Houston camp, and that's when I was going through my testimony. So messaged them a couple times, and then I came across the elders. Very wise, great, powerful men. Because, like I said, they're so powerful that they move. Well, it's all the spirit, the Ruach Kodash, but at the same time, they moved other men to go, you know, do the work, the will of Yahweh by Yeshua Yahushua. And, I love the way that Apostle Tahar, because he told you, he said like how the Messiah, took the apostles and said, okay, now just threw them in the water, you know what I mean? But I'm with you, I got you. Like I heard the one brother from California say that. He said, it's cold, you know what I'm saying? He said, he just kind of take you and throw you in there and say, but I'm with you though, I got you, And he is though, that's the power of it. But, I've heard Apostle Tahar say, okay, like I've spiritually battled, you know what I'm saying? So, like, I'm up there, I'm hoping the brother, you know what I mean? But that was just not the spirit, you know what I mean? Like, it's certain things that just automatically come out, no hesitation. There's certain things, no matter how much you allude to it or whatnot, and then I just take that as, it's certain things Most High wants you to do on your own, or certain things, it's a group effort. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, this is not supposed to be that story out of Acts where the spirits say that, Paul I know and Yahweh I know, but who are you? You know what I mean? We supposed to have dominion and power over. We supposed to tread on these spirits or these serpents and whatnot. You know what I mean? And if you don't truly believe that, then you're gonna be subject to these spirits. But if you have faith, you know what I mean. It says in scripture how the disciples was up there. They say, "Oh yeah, we were able to cast away demons," and because they was excited at the power that they had. They like, wow, you know what I mean. I ain't mean to digress though. Salakia, I'm gonna stop there.